We're going to take a look at the NASDAQ, specifically the NASDAQ futures from multiple time frames. We've been focusing on a lot of the tech stocks that have been holding the market up, and I just wanted to do an overall market for tech update. So, welcome to Options Center. If you are new here, go down to that bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Center logo and subscribe. Thanks for being here. The market seems so strong. It seems like we're gonna really start making new highs and going uptrend. And tech, if you look at tech, it appears so on the lower time frames. But if you just kind of step back a little bit, it'll give you a good perspective of how to stay in your, some of your positions. I got my face ripped off with the gap up, but holding strong, and we're looking for some lower lows. And tell you the truth, I think price might start accelerating to the downside. I've probably said that over and over, but I do believe that the setup is happening. I don't know if it'll play out, but we have what I would consider a 1-2-1-2 setup, bear setup in the market. So maybe we'll have time to get to that. But all right, so we have this long-term on the monthly for the NASDAQ. We have this long-term trend line that held 4 different months. You see here, and after a nice bounce, look at this reversal candle. This reversal candle is in play right now, and so we have to look at that as being a bearish setup. Now we need follow through, but we have half of the month left for follow through, and we have FOMC and a couple of catalysts coming up, and so I think those could be the catalysts to send us down in price a little bit lower, or a lot a bit lower. So I'm playing this. This is long term. It could take weeks to months to play out the way we want it to. I don't think it will take that long, but it can. This is a higher time frame. Okay, moving on to the weekly. So if we break down from this trend line here, we have some support. It's a good support, and then we have a big open area to head down. I think we'd target down to this 8,000 area. It's hard to believe, going day by day on those higher time frames that would play out, but man, it's happening. So stick with me. Okay, now on the weekly time frame, you see the lower highs and lower lows happening. You saw the momentum start to get a little bit more bullish, and now we had that nice bounce. Well, we're still above the uptrend, so that's why the tech is kind of mimicking being bullish, and it certainly can. I'm not the know-all, be-all, know-all, but I know that we're in a downtrend. We have lower highs, lower high here, and we're looking for a lower low. All right, but we have to break down from this huge area of confluence here. You have the 200-week moving average, 20. We're underneath, or we're playing with the 50 right now, and then you have the downtrend line. So got a lot of alerts going on. We're getting pretty bearish today. And what tends to happen with the bearish market is news. News starts just popping out of nowhere, and like Apple today just mentioned freezing hiring and things like that. So it doesn't really matter to me, but you can kind of notice how things happen. It's no coincidence when the chart says something that the that news follows along with it. Okay, and so we're looking at this. This is a very important area back here where we ping pong back and forth, and we haven't reached that area in the SPX or SPY yet, but that's why this is so important. So we're right at resistance, and if we close the week above it, then that's more for the bull story. But we're pushing against it, and we're kind of rejecting off it right now. We'll see where we end up for the week, but this is a very important area. And then our next target would be down here at the 11,000. Let's go down to the daily. And by the way, we do these videos so often, you guys, so hit that notification bell, and that way you can be notified when I put these videos out. Okay, trend is our friend. Looking so much more bullish than any of the other markets. But what we have here is it looks like a giant bull flag, and you can treat it as that. It's okay. It's not about your point of view with trading. It's about your risk management and the plays that you take. You can play bullish on all of these. If you would have played bullish the last 2 days, you would have done excellent. So here we are. I do believe that these are lower highs, lower lows, and this might start to accelerate to the downside following indexes such as the Dow and the small caps. I think this will just this needs to play a little bit of catch up if it's going to continue as a bear market. This is not going to remain where it is. It's going to start taking lead to the downside. So there's going to be a rotation out of tech. That was a video I made yesterday. So we have this big area of the 12,200 that we got over for a minute, and the fighting with the 20-day moving average as well. And we're back underneath it. That's not bullish. This is some sort of flag. What I think we have is a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup. And tomorrow should prove some follow through with some, sorry about all the alerts there. We're getting to the gaps. We gapped up today. We're getting into those gaps. So that's what the notifications are for. And so this being another 1-2, it's going to unload. It's going to unload if this is a wave 3 coming, and it's going to be pretty sharp. So watch out for that. If I'm wrong, then we will turn our point of view as soon as possible on this channel so that everybody can kind of switch their point of view as well. I don't expect you to follow my point of view. I would expect that you just kind of use reference. If you are looking to go long on the 200-day moving average, that's up to you. I'm looking to take off positions there, and then if we get underneath it, start continuing down. But the 12,200 is a good spot to go short, and I think it gets into the point of control, which is 11,630. That would be our daily target underneath the 200-day. And let's since we're on the daily time frame, we'll click over to SPX, and it kind of gives you a good point of view of the where we're at on the overall market. You can see we've been in this range forever. That's what on the monthly, my frame there. Where are we at? Trend is our friend. Okay, so you had this wedge, broke down from it, back tested, broke down a fake break from the downtrend line. And you see we tried to get over it. We look so bullish, but now we're back underneath that trend line. And that's if we close this way, that's going to be extremely bearish. We're looking for more downside, and this is a little bit weaker than the NASDAQ, so this would be a 1-2, 1-2, and it's really stretching down as a 1-2. And if this is a minute wave 3, it's going to be long. It's gonna break underneath this 3,700. Okay, we're going to get into this range here if this is a wave 3, and it's going to be pretty quick. All right, we're talking by the maybe the end of the week into early next week to get into this area next week, even pushing lower. Okay, nothing's in a straight line, so we'll have some consolidation intraday, so don't get scared out of your positions. But always take off some positions when you're getting into support area, and that's at 37. Here's the gap area at 3,800. That's a big area. I thought we were going to get there sooner, but now that we have our pullback, that's time to reload and to head lower, and that's going to make this area a little bit less significant. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the VIX. The VIX kind of gives us a little bit more confidence. It has given. We were confident this whole time that the bear market is going to continue because we kept bouncing off of this support area. We broke out of the wedge, back tested, and continued to the upside. Now we rejected pretty hard off of the top of the triangle, but found support as in the 60% area from the low. Okay, that's a good setup. That's a possible 1-2 setup here in the VIX. And our next move would be extreme. It's going to be a 3. If I'm correct, it's going to be the third wave. It's going to be the most impulsive wave. We're going to start really moving in the VIX and breaking out from this triangle. That's going to cause a lot of fear in the market. Okay. Anything else I want to look at? The Apple news. We might as well take a little peek here. We'll go down to the 65. And I don't look at all the, it just happened to pop up on Twitter. News is irrelevant to me. You know, before, see, we're holding on this 150. This 150 break sets us up for a much lower price. I do have this as a 1-2-1-2 setup, and then much lower. But you know, just talking about news, it's I just consider them catalysts. It doesn't matter what they are, because you know, when Meta had their cuts, it took off. It was very bullish for it, and now it's getting over and over, whatever. So anyway, that's all about news. I'm not that guy. All right. Plenty more we could look at, but I'm just going to leave you with that and the update. And I think we go lower. I think we had our bounce from the CPI. Who cares what it said? And then PPI is tomorrow. I think that'll be the catalyst to go a little bit lower. If it accelerates us up convincingly, then you know, maybe we should start turning bullish on some of these stocks. But I think Apple, Nvidia, Meta, Tesla, I think they all have to come down. All right. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like the video. Thanks for sticking around till the end, and we'll talk to you soon.